Hey Sagittarius, welcome to your September love and relationship reading. This is Cosmic Cassie. Welcome back if you are returning, and hello if you are new. Sagittarius, do not take the message if it does not resonate, meaning do not push, pull, tug, shove, or tie it into your life if it doesn't fit, okay? If you want to check out more readings, always check out your sun, moon, rising, Venus sign as well. I always recommend checking out your rising sign because that is the sign that does not change position as much as the other signs. And so it's going to be more accurate, more precise, and it's going to be more like it leads you to the long-term destination, but it's also very good for like short-term accuracy is the way I'll put that. Sagittarius, for this reading, I'm going to pull some abundance cards and then we're going to pull the oracle that I've been using for the other ones. For whatever reason, you guys need some of these messages. So show me, what does Sagittarius need in September? What does Sagittarius need for the month of September? What do they need to know about love and relationships right now for September? Show me Sagittarius for September. One more, please. One more for Sagittarius. Awesome. These are some of my favorite cards. So we have divine flow. Eventually, one sublime desire takes precedence over all others. To follow the divine flow at all costs. Divine flow there. And then we have humility. Allow me, divine, to always accept the right assistance. I welcome your help in every way and delight in receiving it. So it definitely has something about following the divine flow or allowing the divine to come in and kind of guide you and show you, because both of these mention divine flow. And they're both also about having, it feels like sanctity within trust, within trusting the guidance that you receive, within trusting your journey, following your path here. There's something with, there's a sacredness to that. And it's to be honored, it's to be loved and cherished and embraced when you follow your divine journey and path because you're in flow, okay? So let's see what these main messages are going to be for you. Show me, what does Sagittarius need to know about love and relationships in September? What does Sagittarius need to know about love and relationships in September? Sagittarius, by the way, if you want a personal reading from me, my website is cosmiccassie.com, and that is in the description box down below, and you can book a personal reading there. I will be uploading your finance and career reading later this month, as well as the new moon and full moon readings that I do for every sign. I dropped one here, sorry. We have prison. Okay, so we have decay, instinct, and prisoner. Oddly enough, Sagittarius, I usually read my cards in a story. Like, they all come together. They all create a single story. When these come out, I actually feel like these are options, and that would make sense when it's talking about these main message or these side messages here about listening to your divine flow and embracing that guidance from the universe, following your journey wherever it may take you. Because these feel like three very separate options, very separate paths or directions, okay? So let me see, decay. Decay definitely feels like, it actually feels like we're shedding the old us. It's almost like rejuvenation, but it's renewal. It's allowing the old skin to fall away, allowing our new selves to be fully embraced and almost like just broke free. Like, it's like finally stepping out of the shell and just leaving it on the beach and walking naked. That's how I feel. It's about shedding old ways and just totally being new and being you. For the month of September, I'll say that I feel like you've already shed these ways, like you're very conscious and you've done the work, but we haven't quite like let go of them. There hasn't been a full transition from having them and releasing them and then stepping into the new. I feel like we're on the precipice of I know I have these old ways. I've worked through them. I'm ready to let go of them, but there's something still holding you back in that energy. There's like maybe a little bit of fear of the unknown, or like what will happen, or the work that goes into letting them go. But it definitely feels like a pivotal moment of like, this was the old me and this is the new me, and this path is choosing to be the new me. It's choosing to let go of everything and be new. Okay. With the instinct here, and let me just, before I move on, let me pull a clarifying card here in case I'm missing anything energetically. Yeah, mask. It's like, do you want to keep operating in the old sense of self, even though you're so aware of it and you've healed it, you've worked through it, you've overcome it, but like, do you keep wearing the mask, or do you let it go? Do you set it down and become who you really are, become your newest best version? It's like, do you want to keep being the old you, or do you want to step up and be something new? This could definitely be, since we're talking about love and relationships, I'll say I definitely get career off of it though, where it's almost like a career change. That definitely keeps coming to mind. In regards to love and relationships, this is maybe being more showing up a different way in your relationships. So if you're the one who's always the giver, and you're kind of like self-conscious about trying different things or doing different things, it's like, no, I'm not gonna pretend to be this like shy, self-conscious girl or man. Like, I'm not gonna pretend to always, want to give and not receive. It's like, no, that's not me. Like, that's not the true me. The true me is like, I will happily take, like, I can tell you what I want. It's like a boss up energy kind of, where it's like, I can be very assertive. I can be very straightforward and direct. Like, I can tell you what I want, and I can expect it and deserve it. And it can be opposite too, if that's already your energy, but you really want to be this very like feminine and like submissive and gentle and easygoing person, but you typically show up as like very bold and very, straightforward and, more in like a masculine energy. It's like, maybe you want to be a more feminine because that's really your true nature. That's really how you feel. But for whatever reason, because of your old experiences, you've always shown up in a way that you're really not. And it was a self-protection. It was a defense. It was, because it helped you not be insecure. Whatever the reason is, Sagittarius, it's like, let me embrace my true nature when it comes to sexuality, when it comes to relationships, when it comes to my communication, how I interact, things like this. Now, when we move over to instinct, that one feels a lot more, I would say, this is like, I'm going to stay on the path that I'm on, but I'm becoming like I don't want to say a danger to people, but it's like more people will consider me dangerous because this is me following my instincts. This is me having keener instincts, picking up on subtle things, following them, I get a lot of like being more fierce, being more bold and blunt. It's like with the instinct, it's like I'm being more daring and risking. Again, for some reason I get heavy career energy with it, but in relationships, the way that you could experience that is, trying randomly, introducing something very randomly, being very spontaneous. It could be, doing the things that you've always wanted to do within those relationships, but you just never had the nerve to actually do it. But it's like a playful risky. It's not like total risk. There's a playfulness to it. There's a genuine like enjoyment with stepping over the boundary, crossing the line. So it's like, if you guys ever, do date nights or something, and you're like, I'm gonna surprise them and we're gonna go do nude body painting where, we're completely naked in front of each other. And it's like, this is totally up your alley, but it's like, you have to be bold and risky because you don't know how they're gonna react. And so it's stepping over the boundaries, like in a healthy way, in a very playful way, and really letting your like fierceness be shown, like really showing that you have this very bold and just very fierce but playful side to you is the way that feels. Clarify instinct. Clarify instinct. This gives me very like seductress, very tight black dress and high black heels kind of energy, okay? We have transformation, the doe, and searching. And it's like, yeah, you're transforming from the doe, which is seen as this like very gentle, loving, easy, innocent, pure kind of creature. And it's like, no, that's actually not who I am. And it's like, I'm going on this path of self-discovery, you know, when I let myself be bold, when I let myself take that risk and do that thing that I'm like wanting to do, when I don't hold back because I'm shy, because I'm nervous, because, you know, I'm timid. And it's like, no, maybe that's not me. Maybe I'm this very bold, fierce, you know, dare to reckon with kind of person. And that's how you're showing up in your relationships and how you date and how you know, go out and express your sexual energy, even your creative energy here, Sagittarius. But this is very much like, it is kind of discovering who you are because you're allowing yourself to cross the boundary and be a lot more risky, a lot more daring than you've ever been before. And then, yeah, we have defender coming out. And it's like, yeah, defender is not like necessarily defending yourself, but it's like you're defending yourself against yourself by saying, no, we're not going to hold back anymore. We're going to do that thing. We're going to be bold. We're going to do that thing. Okay. And then with prisoner, I mean, you can see the card and obviously the meaning of it. So that third path for you, Sagittarius, it feels like this is the path where I don't shed my old skin, and I also don't try to explore and discover a new version of myself. This is like, no, I'm just going to stay in line with what I've always been. I'm just going to keep doing the same. I'm going to keep being the way I've always been. We have Sage coming out to clarify it, even though I know it's like I'm choosing to hide my eyes. I'm choosing to put the cone on my head. I'm choosing to remain ignorant. Even though you have this like deep wisdom, this deep understanding and knowledge and awareness and capability, this is the path where you choose to ignore that and kind of purposefully blind yourself and remain ignorant to who you truly are and like your inner power, your inner exploration, your inner self. It's like you're not allowing yourself to break free. And it's not to say that's a bad thing. It just means maybe you're not ready, you know, and everyone has a journey and a path for a reason. And we all have different timetables, and that's also for a reason. So it's not to beat yourself up about it, but maybe you're just not ready. I would say that you're ready though, because you may internally feel like you're not ready, but energetically it shows me you're ready. It's clarified by the Sage. You're ready. You already know, you already have the wisdom. There's nothing more for you to learn doing this cycle or, you know, continuing this pattern or this habit. There's nothing more to learn from it. Now you're just kind of doing it to do it because you don't want to change it. But there's no growth in it. There's no transformation here. And we have fire coming out. It's like, yeah, you're going to lose your inner fire, that passion, that spark, that motivation. So if you start feeling really kind of like neutral in life, like really just like blah, like nothing is exciting, nothing's passionate, you feel like you're kind of just, they give me the visual of like someone walking down the road and everything is just gray. It's like all shades of gray. And they're kind of walking and they're like, you know, this feels mundane. This feels not boring, but almost tragic with how bland everything is. So if you find yourself in that energy, it's because you're not choosing a different path. You're choosing to do the same thing over and over, but there's nothing there for you. Even if it's a very secure and stable relationship, even if it's being single, you know, even if it's dating, even if it's having, you know, a casual friends with benefits or something like this, it's like that doesn't serve a purpose for you anymore. Even if it feels like it does, there's no purpose being served having that interaction and connection the way that you are. It's time to spice it up. It's time to change who you are. Be bold. Step out of yourself into your new self. Take one of these paths to kind of shake things up. It doesn't mean you have to break up with someone, but it's about you changing you. It's not about the other person changing or the relationship changing. It's about you changing you, how you express yourself, how you identify yourself. And this last path, the prisoner one, it's very cyclical. It's very just the same old, you know. We're doing the same thing each day. We're not being bold, we're not being daring, we're avoiding our transformation, we're not stepping into change, and it's gonna eventually make you feel almost like a depressed person. I don't think that you'll be depressed, but it makes you feel that way. Everything is just senseless, it's purposeless, it's bland, it's just there. You don't really have a meaning for it. You don't get excited and passionate the way you used to. It's something like this. But Sagittarius, again, if you want a personal reading, cosmiccassie.com is my website where you can book that. Otherwise, Sagittarius, I will see you for your finance and career reading and your new moon and full moon reading as well. So make sure you like and subscribe if you want to stay tuned and know when those get released. Otherwise, Sagittarius, I'll see you guys later. Bye.